You are watching Nashville LyftZone on YOUTUBE. Yeah, I may be hitting the pink Kool-Aid a little too hard here. Hey folks, welcome to the Nashville LyftZone. I'm your host, DJ Rockwell. And first off, happy Labor Day to everybody. Today is Sunday, the 4th of September. The Money Train holiday weekend here in Nashville is well underway. Already made almost $700 just on Friday and Saturday. So we got today and tomorrow left. But I wanted to do a quick LyftZone confessions here. I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks, and I got all kinds of crazy stories, but I'll try to keep this pretty short. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I actually made my first friend, first passenger that actually we exchanged phone numbers. He was a great guy. It was like a 20-minute ride. We just talked the whole time like we've been friends for years. And when we got to his driveway, we actually just parked there and talked for like I turned the app off, and we just talked for like 20 more minutes. Connected on all kinds of different topics. And people like that is really why I love Lyft. Lyft passengers and drivers, there's such a big community and fellowship among all of them. They're all happy to see you. Then you get one rare gem like this guy where it's like, man, we got to stay in touch. And here's a funny story from last night. Last night I picked up two girls, really good-looking girls. Late at night, they were coming out of Live on the Green, which is a free music show in downtown. It's been going on all weekend. And this girl, this was a riot. This girl, she was telling me that a month ago, she and a friend took a Lyft to the airport because they were going to Mexico. And she thought the driver was just really hot. She thought he was pretty cute. So she actually went back into the ride history on her passenger app and told Lyft that she left her purse in his car so that he would have to call her. And he called her while she's in the car with me. And she explains, she's like, oh yeah, I didn't leave my purse in your car. I just thought you were really cute, and I wanted to get in touch with you because I got to have your phone number. And of course, I didn't hear his side of the conversation, but I can only imagine what his thoughts were. Now, in Uber rides, there's two Uber rides memorable, not including the drunk fat bitch that I had to kick out of the car. See that video. Uber rides, and these were actually last weekend. That was 3 Italians, guys from Italy. Or actually, there's 2 guys and 1 girl. And the 2 in the back seat, they lived in Tennessee, but the other one was here from Italy visiting. They were, of course, all out for a good time. It was real late at night. It was last weekend, like Friday or Saturday night, I can't remember. But first, it was a 20-mile trip to take the locals back home, and the guy, the out-of-town guy is the one paying for the ride. And they were just having all kinds of fun. They're singing to the songs on the radio. They're like, you gotta sing. It's like, I don't know the words to this song. And then a song came on that I did know. And I was like, oh, this is the song that I'll sing this one for you. So it was a George Strait song. I'm here for the party, or here for the party. And that was a huge hit. Just all of us just singing along to that. And then after we dropped those 2 off, or the first 2 off, then it was another like 10 miles to get the out-of-town Italian back to his hotel. So it ended up being like a 30-mile trip. Actually, last night I also had a repeat passenger that I had a while back, probably at least a month and a half ago. And I picked them up, and it was actually at the same restaurant that I picked them up at before, which is right next to Vanderbilt. And they get in the car and they're like, oh, hi, Rocky, how you doing? Good to see you again. And I was like, what? Well, you've been our driver before. And I'm like, I have? As they talked, it started to come back to me. But then when we got to their house, I was like, oh, okay, now I remember that trip. I was like, yeah, you, I think it was your son was in the car with us, and he was talking the whole time about fantasy football. And they're like, yeah, that's... Also had my first subscriber meetup. And I'm not going to say his name. If he wants to be known, he'll leave a comment down below. But yeah, that's one of the subscribers to this channel. Lives in Nashville and was having kind of a hard time, so I've kind of taken him under my wing. And we met up out at 5 Points Pizza the other day for about 2 hours. Had some pizza. You know, let him check out my car. We checked out, you know, I checked out his car, how he's got things set up. Just kind of compared notes, you know, gave him a whole bunch of tips, where to drive, when to drive, you know, areas you want to stick close to, and how to stay away from the other drivers if you're not getting a lot of requests. You know the whole ball of wax. But yeah, he's a great guy. I really enjoyed our meetup. He even told me later, like a day or two ago, that he can't stop thinking about that pizza. That's how good 5 Points Pizza is. And if there's any other subscribers out there that are in Nashville, Tennessee, and you're having a rough time, get in contact with me. Go down in the description. My email is down there. You know, shoot me an email. I'll be glad to meet up with you, exchange text messages or emails, kind of help you out a little bit so that you can make more money like me. And speaking of 5 Points Pizza, I also picked up some passengers there Friday night that were there getting a pizza right before they closed, which they're open till like 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. But I pulled up and it was right in front of 5 Points Pizza, and they're like, you know, hey, you Rockwell? I was like, yep, that's me. I was like, hey, just do you mind waiting just a minute? We're waiting on the pizza here to, you know, for it to come out of the oven here. I was like, oh yeah, no problem, man. You know, I'll wait for some pie. And he's like, yeah, you're welcome to have a slice too. We got a pepperoni pizza. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. Got a free slice of 5 Points Pizza. On one sad note, though, I did see the aftermath of a really, really bad wreck, kind of out in bumfuck Egypt, south part of Nashville, way down. Taking someone down there, dropped them off. It was like, you know, 20 miles out of downtown Nashville. And then before I get back to the interstate, I got another ride request. It was like 4 miles away from the drop-off point of the last guy. So I started heading that way, and passed a wreck that looked like it just happened. There was debris. It was 4 lanes and a turning lane, so 5 lanes of road. Debris all over every lane. There was like 15, 20 cars stopped here, and I didn't see exactly which car was involved in the accident, but I did see what was left of the motorcycle that was involved in the accident, and there wasn't much left of that. I mean, the whole front of the bike, handlebars forward, gone. Not even there. All the pieces of that are all over the road. And the driver of the bike, who at least he was wearing a helmet, he was about 70 feet away from the bike, laying on the sidewalk, bloodied up and not moving. I couldn't really tell if he was still breathing or not, but it's, you know, that's a long way to fly through the air. So I truly hope that he's okay. But like I said, it did not look good. And the way those things go, he's probably somewhere up in the sky. So I really feel for that. There's people all over the place on the phone trying to call 911. So, I mean, it must have just happened, and this was right at 3 a.m. So alcohol was probably involved on, you know, the part of somebody. Hopefully it wasn't the one driving the motorcycle. But it basically looked like either he hit someone or somebody hit him that was trying to turn, and, you know, his bike hit the car, and he went, you know, for a plane ride through the air. I'm just outside of the pickup zone for Nashville on my way in. Chili cheese dogs from Dairy Queen. And a vanilla salted caramel iced coffee from Dairy Queen. And I just couldn't resist the smell of these today, because you got to walk right past them to get to the Dairy Queen or the Subway here. As Jermaine Ellis would say, yum, 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 yum. And we filled up with gas. Don't want to be running out of gas in the middle of the night. My God, these are so fucking good. Another interesting story is I had one passenger. She's a lady, you know, good looking. And she gets in the car. She sits in the back. She's, you know, got her phone out. She's doing something on her phone. You know, I did the, you know, I got water, candy, phone chargers. You know, if the air's too cold, I'll turn it, you know, we can change it. You know, put different music on. And she wasn't, you know, really responding that much. So I just shut up, you know, I know when to shut up. And I just started driving again. So, we get like halfway to her house, and all of a sudden she starts talking. And what she starts talking about is Lyft. First thing she says is, do you know why I only take Lyft and not Uber? And I was like, well, there's probably 20 different ways I can answer that question. But anyway, she explained why she only takes Lyft and not Uber. And I told her, you're not alone. What you just said is pretty much the exact same thing that my other Lyft passengers say as far as why they take Lyft and not Uber. And to wrap this up, I've also had a lot of passengers subscribing to this channel. So, hey, thanks guys. Big shout out to all of you. You know who you are. And up until right now, we have just been, you know, do you do anything else besides Lyft and Uber? Why, yes, I have a YouTube channel. But now, a little box arrived from Vistaprint. And they had these in them. Here, I'll show you the back of them. So see, it's got my codes on them, the name of the channel, my email, the Facebook page address, and the Twitter, yeah. And I've now got these on the dashboard over here. So anyway, it's time to get to work because I just crossed the pickup boundary. So I can now start taking passengers on the rest of the way into Nashville. So happy Labor Day to everyone. Go make that money. I'll do a video after the weekend here is over. Let you know exactly how much I made from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All right, a little update here, folks. The change phone numbers and all that. Well, guess what? I ran into him again last night. The complete opposite side of town. The first time I met him, it was at a Waffle House where I picked him up and took him home on the far west side of Nashville. And last night I took someone home going 20 miles south down I-24. And I dropped them off, and I got another ride request, and the guy's name pops up, and I'm like, oh wow, that's funny. That's the same name as the guy from the other night. Wouldn't that be funny if that was him? Guess what? That was him. I pull up to a bar. He gets in the car. I look at him, and I'm like, man, you gotta be shitting me. So you all have a great day. I will catch you again next time in the Nashville LyftZone. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is DJ Rockwell, signing off. I'm Batman. Yeah, the cutoff on the sun's a little funny right there. It's like, I'm Batman.